March 3rd of 2017 marked one of the most important days in the gaming industry. And that day, of course, we would see something revolutionary, something new. And what I mean by that, of course, we just had one of the most awesomest console launches of all time. And what console am I talking about? Well, this baby right here, the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, today the Switch turns 1 years old today. As today is March 3rd of 2018, that means it's the first anniversary of the Nintendo Switch. And guys, what else can I say about this console? I mean, this is just, if not one of the best consoles that I've played so far. It's not just because it's Nintendo, of course, even though I am a Nintendo fan. I just think it's just a freaking fantastic console. It's not the best console, but it's awesome though. Definitely. Well, it's not the best console yet, but it's definitely one of my favorites. So yes, and today is March 3rd of 2018. Like I said, it ranks the first year of the Nintendo Switch's release. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the history of the Nintendo Switch itself, my thoughts on it, and I'll show you as well what's inside my Nintendo Switch. For those who are interested in knowing what do I have inside. All right, so let's talk about the history of the Nintendo Switch. So in order to understand the Nintendo Switch, you must understand the concept of the I guess you would say the ill-fated Nintendo Wii U. So when the Wii U was not doing well, when it wasn't selling as Nintendo expected it, from a gamer's perspective, I liked the Wii U. I thought it was a unique console that was different from the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One in general. I just thought that it was a console that wanted to do what the Switch is doing now. It was a console that I thought, okay, that it's not just a console that you can play on your TV, but you can also carry a gamepad with you and you can play it on that screen. Like it wanted to bring gaming, outside of the TV. And this is what I see in the Switch. Not only does it let you bring gaming outside of the TV, but you can now finally take the game with you on the go and wouldn't have to worry of playing it later or anything like that. Because now you have the ability to carry it with you anywhere you want to carry it. And so when the Wii wasn't doing good, Nintendo was planning something new, something that would just stick to what Nintendo's future would be. Obviously, I knew as a Nintendo fan and as a gamer's perspective that the Wii U was certainly not going to be Nintendo's future. I just thought to myself, I like the concept, but I don't think it's gonna be Nintendo's future at all. I think that they need to do something different if they want to really have more consumers getting appealed to what the future is of their hardware. And so I remember it was 2015 that the late Satoru Iwata uh, was at a press conference in Japan with the company DNA, which is the mobile software company that is helping Nintendo develop mobile games. And so he announced that Nintendo were going to have plans on creating this new hardware that will not just be a home console hardware, but also bring the mobile experience with you on the go. And the code name of this project was called Nintendo NX. And of course, we didn't know what was much of the Nintendo NX at that time. All we knew was that um, it was going to be a console that would basically bring not just home gaming, not just home console gaming, but also bring mobile gaming with you just on the go. And that's all we knew about it at first. And unfortunately, after that, the late Satoru Iwata would, of course, sadly pass away just a month after that press conference. And one of the things that people may or may not know is that this was the last thing, of course, that was gifted from him to us. For me, whenever I look at the Switch, I always know that this is the last thing that Mr. Iwata, gave to us before his passing. And it really, when I look at this console, for me, it's just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I kind of do feel sad a little bit too because Mr. Iwata to me was like an inspiration in my life. So just knowing that this was like the last thing that he gave us before his passing, it's one of the saddest things. But I appreciate what this did, of course. And I would tell people, if it wasn't for him, this thing wouldn't be around. But then again, this was the last thing that he gave us before his passing. But obviously, after Mr. Iwata's death, of course, Nintendo kept developing plans for what the Nintendo NX would be. Many key members, I believe, Shigeru Miyamoto, as well as a man named Genyo Takeda. If you don't know who he is, he's been one of he's been one of Nintendo's general uh, EAD Entertainment Analysis Development Managers for quite a long time. If you don't know who he is, he's also the creator of Punch Out, and he also is one of the hardware engineers for the Wii. So he's basically one of the creators of the Wii. And he also was a co-engineer for the GameCube. And so yeah, um, so of course Nintendo was developing this thing for many months, and I remember when a lot of people were speculating rumors of the Nintendo NX and stuff like that. A lot of people would actually upload these false. And I say false because I mean, for me, I'm not really that much of a rumors guy. I mean, I don't like to believe in rumors unless I know that yes, that whatever rumors people bring up, and if it ends up being real, then I'll be like, okay, then I can take that. But I remember people were talking about rumors of how the Nintendo NX was going to look like, and I remember people uploaded this, I guess, a patent for it where it's like a small screen, not like this, but just smaller, and it had two little joysticks, not like this, but just different. And so I remember that. I remember that it was basically just small and just like a little patent screen, and it didn't make sense to me because I was just like, I don't buy that. And I was just like, I wish Nintendo didn't announce anything for the NX. I mean, it's cool that they did, but at the end of the day, I wish that they would have saved that news for later. Nintendo would not mention the NX for quite a while, as of course Nintendo would still continue to make products for the Wii U, which was of course still the latest console, and of course still make enough products for the 3DS. No word for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, well, the Nintendo NX came to be, of course, during that time. Although Nintendo had finally mentioned the name Nintendo NX, and then on Twitter, I remember they stated that yes, Nintendo NX is actually a real thing, and we will have more news on it in the future. And of course, there were speculations about the NX now that Nintendo announced it, and I was just like, well, let Nintendo take their time, and I just want them themselves to really announce what the Nintendo NX is going to be, and because I just don't like believing the rumors that people put up, though. The rumors were not as what I expected, but one of the things I can give credit to those rumors is that it proved to be real, of course, what a console that could take both home and handheld gaming would be. So I would understand that. And I remember, I believe it was when I got the news that Nintendo was finally going to show the trailer for the NX. Uh, I didn't hear it from Nintendo themselves. I actually heard it from the YouTuber Etika. If you know who he is the guy who made the Joy-Con Boys slogan. He's also the guy who kind of leaked the Switch before it came out, which I know it's not the Switch. He runs the YouTube channel EW Network. I recommend you check his channel. I think he's pretty funny. And so I checked this video out where he said the Nintendo NX is going to be shown, uh, and I believe I think it was October 15 is when I saw that video of 2016. And he's like, yeah, the Nintendo NX is going to be shown tomorrow. And so I checked Nintendo's Twitter page, and it said, yeah, like they're going to show something new tomorrow. And so it's just like, okay, let's see if it's gonna be the N. I mean, like, yeah, it is the NX, obviously. Medica said it, Nintendo also said it. So I'm just like, yeah. And so I remember the next day, when the Switch trailer came out, when the Nintendo NX was finally revealed. I remember my friend, because I was at college. My friend told me, "Hey, did you see the new trailer for the Nintendo Switch?" And I'm like, Nintendo Switch?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's what the Nintendo NX is called." I'm like, "I gotta watch the trailer." And so I did watch the trailer, and I we were at the local mall where I live, and so I remember watching that trailer and I was just like, wow, I can't believe that what I'm seeing right here, this is what the Nintendo NX is. And I'm just like, I was just mind blown. Like, even though, I mean, there was a lot of people at the mall and stuff like that, I didn't care because I was just really hyped up. I reacted so freaking hardcore. I was just like, dude, just look at this, man. I'm just like, not only is it a home console, but it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid. It's something that you can play at your living room and you could take it with you on the go. I mean, who'd ever thought of an idea like that, which is freaking crazy. And oh my god, my mind was just mind blown from that trailer. And I was just like, wow, I can't believe that this is the Nintendo NX. That what we would get from all this time is this little baby right here. It's just fantastic. It's just an amazing console, and I mean I just been having a blast ever since that trailer came out, and it just mind blown me to see what games were on it. I mean the games I remember that they showcased. One of the ones that I paid attention to the most were Breath of the Wild, of course, which was of course well, it wasn't called Zelda U anymore. It was already Breath of the Wild at that time. And I was just like, whoa, like, dude, that's the new Zelda. It was just like, God damn it, it's on that console. And then of course Mario Kart 8 was there. I was like, Mario Kart, Mario Kart. And after that, I saw which was the new Mario game, of course, which at that time was just the new Mario game. We just didn't know what was it called, and I was like, dude, this new Mario game, like, oh god, I gotta get this. And then I think other games that were shown, I remember were NBA. I think it was NBA. I'm not sure if FIFA was shown. I think FIFA was shown. NBA, I know that was shown too, and then Skyrim was shown. I was like, oh, Skyrim, nice. I'm like, how are they able to get Skyrim on this? That's awesome. And yeah, this is the trailer for this just mind blown me. It's just amazing. And then in January, we finally got the presentation that happened in Tokyo for the Switch, and we saw many great titles that were being presented in this. I mean, we've gotten games like, well, we didn't say 1-2 Switch because of course, as we all know, that game doesn't work. We've gotten games like Splatoon 2, which was a new entry in the Splatoon series, and of course, what an awesome game is that. And then we had ARMS, which is a new Nintendo franchise. And of course, from there, we also got games like Super Mario Odyssey, which that would become the final name project for the Mario game that we all saw in that trailer. And I was just like, whoa, dude, I can't believe that this is gonna truly take me back to all those years back in Super Mario 64 and Sunshine, and a new entry of a 3D sandbox Mario game. It's just wow, that just mind blown me. And then after that, we got many games like Shin Megami Tensei 5. We also got games. We also got games, I believe, from Square Enix. I think we got Project Octoba, and then I think two remastered Dragon Quest games only for Japan. And we also got third party announces too. We got announces from Bethesda Studios that they were going to support the Switch, and that Skyrim will be the first game to actually take that experience with you on the go. And then we also got Suda51, who, if you don't know, if you've played the games No More Heroes, well, he's the creator of that franchise. And of course, he announced that a spinoff to No More Heroes would come out called Travis Strikes Again. And I can't wait for that game. That game is going to be awesome. Uh, Then obviously you had the poor bastards from EA come out in the presentation and present FIFA and stuff. But the third party support on this, the lineup was just like, wow, dude! I can't believe that there are many companies that are going to support. I mean, Bethesda, Rockstar, Capcom. I mean, just the bunch of third party companies just supporting this. And I'm like, wow, that's how you know this is definitely going to interest a lot of consumers and a lot of gamers who don't play Nintendo, but but when you look at the concept of this, it's something that you always imagine like what would it be if you can have a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, taken with you on the go. Well, this thing is just that, you know. And yeah, and one of the things that I was looking for, I mean, one of the things that just surprised me from that trailer is not just the over review of the games that were going to be on it, you know, especially one game that just was just like I want, I just want to play it so badly, not just because of it's part of my favorite franchise, but I just want to experience what the Switch is all about. And the best game to really capitalize that, and you guys know what game I'm talking about, the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, that trailer just stunned me in many ways. For me, as a longtime Zelda fan, I've never imagined a greater open world experience of a game like Breath of the Wild to be not just playing at home, but taking it with you on the go no matter what. And oh my god, was it just my mind was blown away, guys. It's just a really just one of the best experiences that Nintendo can put out. Best way to showcase the Switch's capabilities was a game like Breath of the Wild. I say that because Breath of the Wild is just a big environmental open world game. So to really explore that and test it out with the Switch's capabilities, I think it was just fantastic that they made it as a launch title. So I was really happy for that. And yeah, it was just the best thing. And of course, 2 months after that, March 3rd of 2017, the Nintendo Switch was finally released worldwide. And boy, did this thing sold like hotcakes. I believe this sold first 2 million units, and after that, 5 million units. And a few months after that, 10 million units were sold. And this already outsold the Wii U's lifespan. The Wii U only sold like 12 million units. This is already selling the Wii U's lifespan. It really is, and it already sold the lifespan of, well, not the entire lifespan of the PlayStation 2, but it sold the records of when the PS2 first launched. It broke that records, and also the Wii's as well. This I knew that this was going to be uh, one of the best consoles to outsell. Uh, Not almost every console's lifespan, but some of the earlier lifespan of a past console. It's just awesome, and yeah, it's just really, 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 just really awesome. And so of course, um, I did for my so now I'm gonna talk about my own thoughts on the Switch. So my own thoughts. So I've had the Switch for, I would say now it'd be you know I would say 6 months now, because I did not get my Switch on launch day. I did not well I didn't have money at that time. But then it was 2 months after the Switch came out that I was finally able to save up, and I knew the first thing I wanted with all that saved up money that I had was a Switch. And the first time I got one, it wasn't easy. Like every Switch was sold out. I was just like, okay, how am I gonna get one? So I had to pre-order mine from GameStop because there was no other way for me to get it. And so I did eventually get my Switch. Uh, you know, it was just fantastic. One of the best days was just getting this. I got it at it was 2 months after the Switch came out, and after that, yeah, I was already all set up for. the best experience I was gonna have the Switch. So for me, the Switch is just something that I feel like Nintendo has finally achieved what the Wii U tried to do but couldn't. What the Wii U did, like I said, guys, the Wii U was a console that wanted to bring the experience of home console gaming to the palm of your hands. Now it tried to do that, but it couldn't achieve what the Switch did, of course, when it comes to taking it with you. I see that with the Switch, and to be honest, I've been having a blast with it. Right now, I'm more like playing the Switch on handheld mode, I guess because, um, for me, like I don't like I love playing this thing on docked, but for me, I hardly have time to play it on the TV because with all the work that I have, from my job and then from school, it's hard. And sometimes when I try to play it on TV, I get exhausted. And when I want to play the Switch, it's best to play it on handheld, I guess, for me because I just feel like it's more relaxing, it's more calm, and I just like have holding it in the palm of my hands. And of course, it's just really, really awesome. My experience with it has just been amazing. From games like Breath of the Wild to Super Mario Odyssey, breathtaking. Breathtaking from this. The Joy Cons, I'll have to admit, if there is one thing that I can say that I have flaws with the Nintendo Switch, I mean, not saying that Joy Cons are not my favorite thing. I love the Joy Cons. But one of the things that I have problems with them when you hold it on handheld mode, you do feel like they are kind of clunky a little bit. But though I love the Joy Cons, I think they're pretty great controllers. They're not perfect, but I think they're really awesome. At the end of the day, I think it's really awesome, and especially taking them apart is just awesome too. And then kind of putting them back on, you hear that clicking sound. I think that's just like the best thing about uh, this console. And then of course, just the back itself. There's nothing much, just the logo and then the kickstand. Not a big fan of the kickstand, I guess because it's just a little plastic. And then, of course, when you want to charge it, you can't kickstand it. I know there's an accessory that you can, carry your Switch on this thing. On this, it kind of looks like a tray. You put it on, and then you charge it. And if you want to, play it like if it was kickstand, then you do that. But other than that, my experience with the Switch has been amazing. I think it's one of the best consoles that I've played so far. I don't say it's like the best console of all time, no, but I think it's becoming one of my favorite consoles, and it's an honorable mention on my top 10 Nintendo console list. If I did a top 10 Nintendo console list, I'd put this as an honorable mention. I can't put it on my list yet because, like I said, this thing is barely still in the market, and I feel it'd be weird if I put a console that has just been barely released. But so far, and to be honest, guys, this is the only console that has been keeping me up with my gaming, recently. And the reason I say that is because nowadays I hardly have time to play games on the PlayStation 4 or on the Xbox One, and Nintendo has always kept up with my gaming. They've always kept up with my gaming on the 3DS. I didn't have a Wii U, unfortunately, which I regret not having. I wish I did. Um, and of course I've been keeping up with my gaming now because of the Switch. Nintendo's always gotten me caught up with everything I need to be caught up with gaming. And I know you could say, well, I mean, Nintendo does have great games, but other consoles like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One have better games too. I'm like, yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, I don't have time to play other games on the PlayStation 4 or on the Xbox One. If I had unlimited time, I would definitely be playing PS4 and Xbox One, and I'd be playing this at the same time. Unfortunately, I only have one choice, and the only choice I have is just this. But I really love the games that I've been playing so far on the Switch, and as a lifelong Nintendo fan, I've always you know, for me, just as a big Nintendo fan, I've always, been caught up with everything Nintendo related, no matter what. So, now for me, Nintendo's always gotten me caught up with everything in gaming in general. So, before I show you what's inside my Switch, I will show you the games that I have. Although I'm only going to show you on game cards. So, and give you my thoughts on, give you a little bit of thoughts on games that I I love to death. And the first one I'm going to show you is Super Mario Odyssey. What else could be said about this game? Xenoblade 2. I haven't completed much of this game. I'm still in progress with it, but also far. Sorry about that. Also far, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I recommend it. And then I'm a huge JRPG fan, so I really think a JRPG game on Switch is just fantastic. Pokemon Tournament DX. Yeah, I actually have it, and this is not a bad fighting game. I mean, as a big Pokemon fan, I don't really care about Pokemon spin-off games. I guess because it's just a way for Nintendo and the Pokemon company to make money for Pokemon. I mean, unlike Mario spin-off games, which I care about, Pokemon spin-off games I don't have interest in, unless if it's games like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, Coliseum and XD, and even the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color, and Pokemon Puzzle League on N64 and Snap. So those are the games I would only care about. But if it's other games, I wouldn't give a crap about. But I've had, uh, I have so sorry about that, guys. It's the wind. If you're wondering why there's so much noises outside or my door, it's because of the wind. And the window from my living room is open, so that's why you hear all those noises, probably. Um, so anyway, uh, like I was saying, yeah, there's so much wind outside right now, and it's kind of crazy, and I can hear it. And even the reason why my door kind of does that is because outside my like I said, outside my living room, my window is open, so it's crazy. My mom usually leaves the window of the living room open all the time, which I don't like. Anyway, Pokken Tournament DX. So um, definitely awesome, 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 awesome game. It's far from being my favorite fighting game, but I think it's really awesome. And this is the only fighting game that I could say I'd be addicted to. I guess because, yes, if Smash Brothers was on Switch, that would be my only fighting game. That would only be my only fighting game. I wouldn't need any other fighting game other than Super Smash Brothers. But Poké Tournament is really great. If you really think you're going to have an experience that is similar to what Pokemon Stadium and Coliseum and XD were, you're not going to have that experience. If you really want to experience Pokemon battles from the anime series, this is your game right here. And it's really a Pokemon fighting game that has the aspects of 2D and 3D Pokemon fighting at the same time, which I think is really awesome. And it's made by the developers of the Tekken franchise. For those who are fans of that franchise. What more else can I say about this game, guys? I've already said so much about it. One of, if not the best games for Switch. Also, my favorite, my favorite game of 2017. Definitely, this is my number one favorite title on Switch. Much doesn't need to be said anymore because everybody has said a lot of stuff about it. So I don't either because I've already said so much stuff about it too. Mario Kart 8. So now a lot of people, uh, I know a lot of people, are getting bugged that Nintendo is porting so many Wii U games to the Switch. I'm not, but I do agree that they are porting a lot if you think about it. And I feel like if they really want to port, if they really want to port like a few more Wii U games, I mean, I'll get to that in a moment. But I want to talk about Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8 on Switch is just fantastic. There's not much that needs to be said. It's Mario Kart for freak's sakes. And then again, for me, just the experience that I've had with the game on Wii U is just fantastic. It was like one of the best Mario Kart games that I've played in years. I say that because, you know, out of every Mario Kart game, this is the one that I feel like is the best Mario Kart of all time. I say that because it's the Mario Kart game that has every Mario Kart game packaged just in one. And what I mean by that, it just feels like you're playing every single Mario Kart game just in this game, and it's done really well. Like I said, if I had two last requests that Nintendo should have for the Switch when it comes to Wii U games, well, two games I would want would definitely have to be Super Smash Brothers. And to be honest, this is weird, but this is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Super Mario 3D World. I say that because that's actually my favorite Wii U game. I know people would be like, but why would you want that game on Switch? I mean, we have Mario Odyssey. And I'm like, guys, I get that, but Super Mario 3D World is just a game that I just want to take with me on the go. It sucks that you couldn't do that on the Wii U, but imagine if that game was on Switch and you could take it with you. And then to me, it was just one of my favorite Wii U games of all time. And I thought, dude, if they can actually port that to Switch, I would freaking faint because I would be like, I can finally take this game with me on the go because that game was freaking good. It's my favorite Wii U game, so it definitely deserves to be on Switch. Last game that I have here, yep, Bayonetta 2. I haven't played Bayonetta 2 yet. I mean, I have played uh, the Wii U version before, but I haven't played the one on Switch because I'm still playing the first Bayonetta. So yes, I did get the downloadable copy of the first Bayonetta game. So yeah, this is definitely Bayonetta 2 physically. It's still new. And I forgot to show you one more game. I think I forgot to show you this one, guys. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have to forget. Arms. I have nothing much to say about Arms. I mean, I haven't played much of it, but I have played. I played it. It's all right, but it's not my type of fighting game, unfortunately. I guess because I'm just not really into it. But I think it's all right. It's not really like the best game that I played so far, but it's all right. So, out of all the physical games that I've shown you, now let's take a look inside what's on my Nintendo Switch. And we'll take a deep dive inside the Nintendo Switch menu. I'm going to bring it closer here because I know you guys couldn't see, but now I bring it closer so to show you what's inside the Switch. So the first game you might see is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and the reason why it's there at first because I was playing it yesterday because I did get the new DLC for that game. So yeah, I've been spending some hours playing that yesterday. And there's Breath of the Wild right there. Obviously the game card version, Super Mario Odyssey, and there's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and there's Pokken Tournament DX, and there's the first Bayonetta since I told you guys I was playing that. And I do have two arcade games, and those games are Mario Brothers and versus Super Mario Brothers. As Splatoon 2, this is the digital version. I have the Resident Evil Revelations collection, not physically, but I have them digitally. This is the second one, of course, because I haven't played that. I haven't completed this one yet. I still need to complete the fourth chapter. Xenoblade 2, I haven't played that in a while. I need to get to playing that again now. And this is the first Resident Evil Revelations, which I already completed. And if you go to all software, let's see here. And then there's one more game that is down there, and that is Arms. I did have the Snipper Clips demo, but I deleted it because I never played the demo a lot. I only played it like once when I got my Switch, so yeah, it was all right. Yeah. So yeah, that is what I have on my Nintendo Switch, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this look back at the Switch itself, and I hope you found interesting on what I have inside. Yeah, but that is what I have. Sorry about the noise, guys. It's the wind, like I said. It's starting to bug me, really. And then again, yeah, uh, that's what I have on my Switch, and it's just awesome. The next games I plan to have on this menu, two games. Kirby Star Allies, and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I did pre-order Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, but I'm planning to get Kirby Star Allies probably digitally when it comes out because I have no interest in getting it, physically right now. I'll get that physically later on for my collection, but though I'm just gonna get it digitally, which I don't mind. But yeah, that's what I have on my Switch. So I want to thank you all for watching. I guess you could say my 1 year anniversary retrospective on the Nintendo Switch. Doesn't feel like a retrospective, but I think it kind of does because it's been a year since it came out, so yeah, I just wanted to give my own thoughts and opinions on what I thought of the Switch so far ever since it came out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look back at the Nintendo Switch's first anniversary, and I really really appreciate you guys taking the time and watching this video. It's really awesome that I got to finally do a look back at the Switch. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you liked the video, give it a like. And also, if you want to check out more Nintendo and gaming content and more nerdy content, please subscribe to the channel if you're interested. And comment down below what is your favorite thing about the Nintendo Switch. And also, what's your favorite game on the Switch? Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching. And if you don't mind, I got some switching to do now. So, have yourselves a great day. Take care and happy gaming.